Hi, I'm Rebecca Miller, and this is my persuasive speech. Here is my audience. Imagine this. You are expecting your first child. You have a few weeks until your due date. Upon awaiting arrival, you hear a story on the news. There has been an outbreak of the measles. You start to think, why do we vaccinate our children so young? Why do some people choose not to vaccinate their children? And you go on to heavily think about what you want to do with your child. Anyone planning on having children or expecting a child has to make this important decision. Vaccinations are a crucial part of keeping children healthy and safe from serious illnesses. In this speech, I will discuss how vaccinations prevent diseases, why vaccines don't cause autism, and why parents should vaccinate their children. Vaccines prevent many natural diseases. According to CDC.gov, last accessed on October 29, 2017, vaccines help develop immunity by imitating an infection. The infection that is introduced does not cause illness. The body's immune system creates T lymphocytes and antibodies. After getting a vaccine, the body may present minor symptoms. These symptoms are normal and a way of telling your body that you are building immunity. After the vaccine's imitation infection is introduced, the body stores it in its memory. The body will remember the infection using B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. Antibodies are produced by defensive white blood cells called B lymphocytes. T lymphocytes are another type of defensive white blood cell. They attack cells in the body that have already been infected. It can take the body up to a few weeks to store the vaccine infection in its memory. Now that we have talked about what vaccines do, let's talk about vaccines in relation to autism. According to Sabin.org, last access on October 29, 2017, there is no link between vaccines and autism. In 2012, an analysis of 10 independent studies, including more than 1.26 million children, found no relationship between autism and vaccines in general, or the MMR vaccine specifically. Many studies have been done with hundreds of children, each of which do not support the claims of vaccine-related autism. Based on scientific studies, there is no relations based on vaccines or their ingredients. The ideas of vaccines causing autism started with a study published by Andrew Wakefield in 1998. These ideas do not come from the study itself. The ideas come from what and how Wakefield delivered the conclusion of his study. According to Your Baby's Best Shot, Why Vaccines Are Safe and Save Lives, copyright 2012, Andrew Wakefield, upon the publication of the original article in The Lancet, called a press conference and released a video. In the video, he made the startling and unsupported statement that his research had raised a question about the safety of the MMR vaccine. He further stated that as a physician, he could no longer support the continued use of the vaccine. In spite of his own research stating that the link between the MMR vaccine and the disorders seen in subjects have not been proven, he went on record as stating that research supported not using the vaccine anymore. After learning the findings of these studies, it is important to know that vaccines are important. People should vaccinate their children to prevent life-threatening diseases and illnesses. According to Vaccines in Your Child, Separating Facts from Fiction, copyright 2011, some diseases still occur commonly in the United States. Some diseases that are preventable via vaccine include chickenpox, pertussis, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, rotavirus, influenza, and meningitis. Each of these diseases can make a person ill and even cause death. Some diseases still occur in the United States, but uncommonly. Diseases that are not common in the U.S. are preventable via vaccine, some of which include measles, mumps, rubella, and tetanus, most of which are not common in the United States because of vaccines. These diseases can still have outbreaks in the United States. An example of this is in 2008, a family took their 2 unvaccinated children to Switzerland, where they contracted measles. When arriving home, the children infected several other children in the waiting room of the doctor's office. Even though vaccines may not seem that important, they are crucial to keeping preventable diseases out of the country. In conclusion, vaccinations keep people from contracting preventable diseases. Vaccinations have key importance of not only keeping yourself and your children healthy, but also keeping others healthy. From this speech, I hope you thought about how vaccines prevent serious illnesses, and that there is no study that proves that vaccines cause autism, as well as why parents should vaccinate their children. If you ever want to have children, or you yourself need a vaccine, it is important to note that vaccines help you more than they hurt you. Thank you. Here is my audience.